Hi, I'm Johnny Felty. I'm here to talk about my job shadow. So, going into this project, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I talked to a few people about what they did, looked some stuff up, some information, and I ended up talking to my dad. And he always preaches to me about making connections in the job world. And he used to work in the Admiral's office on Naval Base Kitsap. And that happens to be where the public affairs operations go down in Navy Region Northwest. So I emailed Miss Sheila Murray, and I ended up getting a day schedule where I could come in on a Friday and go through what she does, teach me about what they do. And so I came in at 8 a.m. that day, early start for me. And first I discussed what they did with Sheila, since she was the person in charge at the time. Her boss was actually gone on vacation. So I came in, she showed me a PowerPoint that they show when the Admiral is speaking to a crowd or is speaking in a press conference. The main three targets that they look to reach for in those conferences are security, stewardship, and community. So basically that's the three things that they base their entire career around, I guess. And so we talked for a good hour and a half, 2 hours, and I learned a lot about what they did and where they are and basically what they do. One thing she gave me is one of their response to query forms. This is the paper version of what they would give back to a journalist if he was to ask questions or ask about something that they want to know, I guess. And she said that mostly they moved their stuff to online, so they don't really use that anymore, so she just gave me one of them. And so yeah, we basically discussed everything about public affairs, what they do, and then I ended up talking to Missy, her assistant, and we talked about community relations, their outreach, what events they are in charge of or host, and one of them is Seafair. They actually have a big connection with that because usually the Admiral comes there or they have some sort of military appearance there. And another thing called Navy Day, which is pretty popular where I live. And so that was pretty fast. She gave me a few things, these booklets that are basically, there's a calendar and then one's a upside down book. And those they show what they're doing recently. It's like their good news, they say, to promote the Navy, to promote Navy Region Northwest, and all of that type of stuff. So then I ended up talking to MC1 Willardson, which is their active duty respondent, and he had me tour the entire building, brought me down to social media, and there's about 5 guys down there, and they all had like cameras around them, and they're all working on something down there. So I introduced myself to all of them, introduced myself to the big man down there, and we talked for a little bit about their outreach and what they get to do. And I thought that part was really fun because that's kind of where I like to be, in the media part. And another thing he talked to me about was emergency management. This was a big topic because often they have to quickly respond to anything that happens involving the Navy, including like oil spills in the Sound, but obviously that doesn't happen that often. And so basically they're the first people to get out to the journalists that want to know things, and I thought that was really cool. So then I took an hour and a half lunch break, got some Subway with my dad because he was at work at the same place too. And then I ended up taking a walk across the street to another building, and I ended up talking to Leslie Younger. She taught me a lot of things about what she does involving environmental and cultural resources, and that was really cool. She taught me that she went to the very top of Alaska to check out a landing strip for the Navy and see if it needed to be commissioned or not. And she basically tells me all about what she did and how cool her job is, and I thought that was really cool. And she had so much knowledge to teach me. It was really awesome. They deal with the tribes a lot because obviously Washington is a very cultural place. We have a lot of Native American people here, and they have a big connection with that too because if they there's certain rules that apply to the Navy where they can't do certain things involving the tribes, or because of the tribes. And so they have to be really careful about that type of thing. And one cool thing that she gave me was this one book that she had for me, and she wants me to fill out, whenever I meet someone important or someone that teaches me something really nice about life, I'm going to write it down, write their information down and what they do, so I can reach out to them later in life, just in case I want to know anything else. So then I went back to the original building after talking with Leslie for about an hour and a half or two. And I wrapped up with MC1 Willitson. He gave me a disc of pictures that I can use for my photo essay because I wasn't able to take pictures in the buildings. And yeah, they sent me off, and it was a really great day overall. I learned a lot. And one thing that I definitely took from this, my talk with Leslie, was she gave me this quote: "For every problem, come with a solution." And that really, it kind of connects to my family values. It's my family's main goal is to finish what you start. So yeah, so that's about it. Thank you.